290 kilometers an hour, concrete on your left, concrete on your right, and a corner you cannot see until you're already in it. Now put a Cup Series champion in that seat, a guy with a trophy case full of Daytona and Phoenix hardware. Give him the mountain, give him 161 laps of it. Most of them wouldn't finish. And here's the part that should really annoy the purists. The traffic only goes one way. A Kiwi bloke from Auckland turned up in America, won his first ever Cup race, and then started doing something nobody thought a road course ringer could do. He started getting quick on the ovals. Shane van Gisbergen, 3 Supercars titles, 3 Bathurst, 1,000 wins, 8 NASCAR Cup victories, and counting. The winningest non-American in the history of the series. So why does the blueprint work in one direction and break in the other? It's not talent. It's not bravery. It's one thing that Aussie and Kiwi drivers learn at 17 years old, and most Americans never have to learn at all. Let's decode it. G'day. Right, look at the feet. That's the whole video, honestly. Everything else is decoration. In a Gen 3 supercar, you've got a 6-speed sequential box hanging off the back of the car. No paddles, no auto blip, no ABS, no traction control, nothing to save you. So when a supercar's driver comes down the mountain into Forest Elbow, here's what's happening in about 0.4 of a second. Right foot buried in the brake, ankle rolls sideways to blip the throttle, left foot dips the clutch, right hand rips the lever back, and repeat 3-4 times downhill on the edge of a lockup with a wall that's heel and toe. And the crucial bit isn't the shifting, it's that your braking foot never gets to relax. Think about what that trains. Every single corner for a decade, that driver's right foot is doing 2 jobs at once, holding the car on the very edge of a lockup while feeding the engine exactly the right revs. You develop a foot that can measure pressure in grams. Now, why would that matter on a left-turn-only oval where you barely touch the brake? Because ovals aren't a braking discipline. They're a modulation discipline. Around 1.5 miles, the corner entry is a negotiation. You've got a 3,400-pound car, 670 horsepower, no traction control, and Goodyears that give up their best lap on the second one out of the pits. The fast guys aren't stabbing the throttle. They're rolling it millimeters, feeling the rear step out and catching it before it's even happened. Sound familiar? That is exactly the skill set a supercar builds. Heavy car, low downforce, mechanical grip only. Sliding it deliberately for 2 hours while nursing 4 tires to the end of a stint. That's Bathurst, that's also Darlington, and there's a second gift, NextGen. When NASCAR launched the NextGen car in 2022, they threw out the old 4-speed H pattern and the solid rear axle. What did they replace it with? A 5-speed sequential gearbox in a transaxle with independent rear suspension and a single center lock wheel nut. They accidentally built a supercar with a bigger front bumper. Nobody in Charlotte designed it for a bloke from Auckland, but that's who it suited. All right, flip it. Let's send an American legend the other way. Mount Panorama, 6.2 kilometers, 23 corners, and the number that actually matters, 174 meters of vertical. From the lowest point at Murray's to the top of the hill, you climb the height of a 50-story building. Gradients as steep as 1 in 6. It's a public road. People live on it. There's a 60K speed limit on it Monday morning. On race weekend, cars run down Conrod at nearly 300. SVG was clocked at 300.5 in 2023. Compare that to a Cup Road course. Watkins Glen has gravel and grass. COTA has runoff the size of a suburb. Sonoma will let you have a moment and hand the car back. Bathurst gives you nothing. Across the top of the mountain, the car is wider than your margin for error. 16 competitors have died at this place, 6 of them on Conrod alone. That's not a stat for shock value. That's the reason every Australian and Kiwi kid grows up treating the mountain like a living thing. Listen to what the outsiders say about it. Nürburgring, 24-hour winner, Kevin Estre. Half of the track is the Nordschleife, half of the track is Macau. Alexandra Premat called it the Nordschleife. Road Atlanta and Laguna Seca stitched together. Now, would Kyle Larson be fast there? Of course he would. Larson could drive a shopping trolley to a podium. Same with Logano, same with Elliott. But here's the trap nobody talks about. NASCAR guys are taught to use the wall, run the fence at Bristol, lean on the guy at Martinsville, slide the car and let it come back. Every one of those instincts is a reward system built on tracks that forgive you. At McPhillamy Park, you turn into a blind crest. At the Dipper, your two wheels like get it wrong, the wall doesn't move. And we've actually seen this experiment run. In reverse, Marcos Ambrose, twice a Supercars champion, then a two-time Cup winner at the Glen. He came home to Supercars in 2015, and it went so badly he stepped out of the car within a few rounds. The crossover cuts both ways, and it cuts fast. Quick one, and then we get into the numbers. This channel exists because there's a whole audience sitting between two worlds. Blokes in Bathurst setting alarms for 4 a.m. to watch Talladega. Guys in North Carolina who found the great race on YouTube and haven't shut up about it since. Nobody's properly decoding it for both crowds. That's the mission here. Make NASCAR Nation Decoded the #1 place where those two worlds actually get explained to each other. So here's what I want. Drop your country's flag in the comments and tell me Team Kiwi or Team Aussie, because the next segment is going to start an argument, and I'd like to know which side of it you're on before it kicks off. And if you're American, put your flag down too. You've got a horse in this race, believe me. Let's talk evidence. SVG's first full-time Cup season. Mexico City, he wins by 16 seconds, not a photo finish. A different postcode, then Chicago, then Sonoma, then Watkins Glen. 4 wins as a rookie. That's the most in a single rookie season in the modern era. Past Stewart, past Johnson, Rookie of the Year, and 12th in points. But let's be straight with each other, because you lot know your stuff, and I'm not going to insult you. Early on, the ovals hurt. Daytona was a mess. 33rd, then 30th the year after. The Super Speedway Pack is the one place the Supercars Blueprint gives you nothing. There is no pedal artistry at Talladega. It's aerodynamics, mirrors, and mates. So the honest headline isn't SVG conquered the ovals overnight. It's better than that. Look at 2026. Watkins Glen win, Sonoma win, standard SVG, but then check the ovals. Nashville 5th. Atlanta 6th, North Wilkesboro 5th. A short track and a concrete mile, those aren't ringer results. That's a bloke who's found the language. And if you want the proof that this is a blueprint and not one freak talent, look at Scott McLaughlin. 3 Supercars titles, won Bathurst in 2019, went to IndyCar with Penske, and where did he shine first? The ovals. 2nd place at Texas in the first oval race of his life. Later wins at Iowa and Milwaukee, 2 Kiwis, 2 different American categories, same fingertip pedal control, same result. That's not coincidence. That's a training system. So here's the twist I'll leave you with. Everyone assumes the Supercars to NASCAR pipeline is about road courses. It isn't. Road courses are just the entry fee. The real transfer is happening on the ovals quietly, and it's happening faster than anyone predicted. Which raises the question nobody at Trackhouse wants asked out loud. If SVG ever wins on a proper oval, a real one, a mile and a half, on merit, does the American driver development system have a serious problem? Because it would mean the best training ground for stock car racing isn't in North Carolina. It's on a hill in New South Wales. Next up, I'm running the full simulation. Kyle Larson at the Bathurst 1000, sector by sector, where he'd be brilliant and the exact corner that would end his weekend. You'll want that one if you learned something today. If you now understand why a right foot matters more than a right arm, hit subscribe. That's the whole deal. I do the homework, you get the decode, and this channel becomes the place both fan bases meet. Flag in the comments, Kiwi or Aussie, let's have it. See you at the mountain.